Peace and blessings, beautiful people. Make sure this is. I want to check the sound on here. Let's make sure. Oh, there we are. I'm looking at my laptop. As a Diane, nice to see you. What happened to the sound? Well, let's see here. That's what it is. Okay, good. I'm doing my own sound check. I couldn't get the engineers. Gabrielle, nice to see you. Hey, Mark. Let's turn this down so there's no feedback. Hey, beautiful people. I trust you are well today. Yeah, perfect timing, Ariel. Nice to see you. How have you been? What's been going on in your world? How is your growth? I don't know why I have this sort of like this. Maybe I move it up like this. Yes, better. I feel like I'm looking down on y'all. It still feels like that. Got a little thing to stop it from being... Okay, if I look over here, it'll be better. So I don't have to look at myself. So anyway, what's been going on in your world, Ariel? Lisa, nice to see you. I just want to share something real quick. It's funny because a little bit of in my world, how do I put it? I listen to what people say. I think I need my glasses. You're breathing freely, grateful. So you're grateful. So is that because you haven't been breathing freely, or you acknowledge the fact that you are breathing freely? Because I don't know if you had some kind of health challenge, but whatever it is, we're going to tell a new story. We're going to tell a new story. Let me see if I can get this still so I don't have to move it as much. Yeah, we're going to tell a new story. Here we go. This is better. Oh, yeah, this is much better for me anyway. And we're going to live a new life. So as I was saying, this morning I woke up and had some conversations with family members. I love that, Yariel. I love that. You said, just picking one of a million things that I'm grateful for. You know, there's so many of them. It is so true. It is so true. We have so many things that we can be grateful for in every moment, no matter how bad it is. So I'm with you, my sister. And even what I call bad, what you might call bad, is really not bad. It's an opportunity to go deeper. It's an invitation for a deeper dive. Let's do this. And I love what you're saying. I was going to say something else, but I'm going to stay with that gratitude thing. Yeah, you activated something in me just thinking about gratitude, because gratitude is one of those spiritual practice, spiritual choice, something that's just easily available to us. And we can sometimes be distracted by materialism. We can be distracted. Yes, you did. We can be distracted by things that we're going through and growing through. So, yeah, thank you for introducing gratitude to the conversation. So that's going to be part of telling a new story. Okay. So I woke up this morning, got a WhatsApp message from a family member, and what I read it. Healing was being called for, and I was cool with that. I was centered. And then I talked to another family member, and just a conversation we had. And in the conversation, you know, when you have somebody who get it, people who are spiritually grounded, who understand, who are using the principles, Sometimes you just start to talk. I use my hands a lot, so let me move it out of the screen. I talk with my hands. Sometimes things just start to happen. Life just, conversation, and just, you just get so full, so inspired, which is what happened for me today. And I was reminded of a conversation I had with another friend yesterday. He was going through a health challenge. And he said to me yesterday, he said, I just decided that if I want to get well, I need to start being sick. I felt the power of those words. Like, whoa, that's pretty deep. If I need to get well, if I want to get well, I need to let go of the idea that I'm sick or the idea of being sick. And that just stimulated different conversations. And there was one point where we were talking and he said, well, yeah, because all it is a decision. And I said, yes, it is. And because what happens on the spiritual walk, I know it's happened for me. Friends, or I hear people talk about it. Sometimes we say, oh, last week, last month, last year, a certain point in life was when a shift happened, a change happened. Or, yeah, I had a thought and everything changed just like that. Or I decided to change in that very moment. And that's true. And before you got to that point, I said I was going to move my hands out of the way. Before you got to that point, there's some other things that has been happening in the past. I'm just going to be with my hands and not even worry about it. There are other things that was happening that got you to the point to just say, enough. Enough is enough is enough. So I want to share some things, tools, techniques, and also, if you need some help, some guidance in really telling a new story, designing a new story, because you want to live a new life. You can check me out on lifecoachade.com, lifecoachade.com, or 12listen.com, number 1, number 2, listen.com. So there is this belief, there's this idea that, well, let me change it. Let me change a little bit. We've been conditioned. I prefer that. We've been conditioned to think that we're less than, we're a victim, or, no matter how hard you try, you're always going to have a challenge. You're always going to have a problem. You're always going to have something that you're dealing with, and you just deal with it. There's this other ideas where people say, you might ask God for something and God says no. Let me just nip that in the bud right now. God never says no. God cannot say no. There is no no in God's vocabulary. Now, depending on your understanding of God, so go with whatever works for you. God is all there is. God is like light. God is like air. Air doesn't say yes or no. Air is. Light is. Whenever there's an opening, it comes through. Wherever there's an opening, God comes through. So when we pray for something and we don't see the change that we expect, we may want to ask ourselves, what am I expecting? What am I expecting to see? What am I expecting to change? And sometimes, if not most times, in moments like that anyway, we are praying for something to change, something outside of us to change, but we're not willing to do the change within ourselves. And the trick is, there is nothing that you're praying for. There's nothing that you're asking for. There's nothing that you want. There's nothing that you need. There's nothing that you desire that doesn't already exist. So whether it be a health challenge, issues in your romantic relationship, in your friendship, whether it be financial, whether it be a global issue, a global thing going on, the answer exists right now. So if you want to tell a different story, here's a step that I share with people. Whatever you're dealing with now, think about what you're dealing with that you do not like, that you want to change, that you want to be different. Now, think of what will bring you peace. What would you want it to be like? So if it's, most people always talk about, well, yeah, it's easy for people to relate to more money, a better job. So if you want a better job, and so you're at a place where you don't like the job you're doing right now, you're not getting paid well, and you have an idea of what you want, because knowing what you don't want clarifies your mind. Hey, Joy, how are you? Are you laughing today? When you know what you don't want, Monique, nice to see you. When you know what you don't want, that is a step closer to getting clearer. And it's not even a step, it's a moment in clarity, because you know this is not it. So when you know what you don't want, you can start to make a list, visualize, imagine. There's so many tools out there, what it would be like to be where you want to be. Telling a new story is to live from that place, rather than I'm still praying for a new job. Hopefully I'm having faith that it's going to. No, you start to live as that. Now, that can mean a lot of different things. That's why spiritual practice is a practice. Some people might say, well, you mean fake it till you make it? Okay, if that works for you. Some people might say, faith it, Faith, till you make it. That works for you. If it works, go do it. But the idea of thinking, if I'm in this job, if I'm in this new job, if I'm in this relationship, if I'm having a different reality, different experience of life. Hey, Cheryl, how would I feel? That's important. What would I be feeling? I'm feeling joyful, grateful. I feel free. Start living that now. Well, how can I live free when my circumstances hasn't changed? Well, sometimes you have to, sometimes, most times, all the time, the most important change that is necessary is a change from within. I'm thinking of something. I'm wondering if I want to go there. I'm going to go there. So, in a chat room recently on a radio show, somebody asked if Donald Trump was going to win the second term, because they were asking a psychic about people were asking different things about their lives. And somebody then asked, oh, wait, is Trump going to win the second term? And somebody said, when I first read that question, I was going to click the laughing emoji. And she said, but it's not a laughing matter. Then I thought, should I say something? Nah, I'll leave it alone. Too many people give away their power to what they believe is not working for them, what they believe is an issue. Whether Trump wins the second term, I'm not talking about politics, but I am talking about politics, and I'm talking about politics because people can relate to it. Whether you like him or not, particularly if you don't, if he wins the second term or not, if you don't change your own mindset, your own consciousness, it doesn't matter who's in the office. It makes no difference. Let's just say if you decide to step down today, you're still you. Wherever you go, there you are. So telling a new story is telling a new story. Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? Sometimes you need help. Sometimes you need assistance. So here's some of the things I'm going to share with you. If you haven't heard, or even if you have heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza, powerful teacher, check him out. Check him out on Facebook. He talks about quantum healing, how we could heal ourselves with our thoughts, with our emotions. It sounds very like, yeah, I know about that. No, it's real work. It's a practice to be able to change your own mindset about your own situation. It requires focus. It's not always easy, and sometimes it's a lot easier. Hey, Sherry, nice to see you. What's up, Rev? Haven't seen you in a while. It's a lot easier to turn the attention back on yourself. Thank you, Melissa. Just stumble upon one of the things that you post on Facebook. It is a lot easier to turn the spotlight on yourself. You know, your beliefs, they can be changed. You've thought a thought over and over and over, and then you have a belief. And whatever you believe is true for you. All beliefs are true because the holder of the belief, the believer, let me put it that way, believes that it's true. And once you believe something is true, whether it is universally true or not, you're going to live your life as if that's what it is. So if you want to change your reality, start looking at some things that you believe, start doing different things, different exercises, have different experiences, challenge your own beliefs. So Dr. Joe Spencer Joe Dispenza, he has a lot of information how you create yourself, create a new body, stories and scientific evidence and statistics that they've collected of what people have been able to do. Another resource is, if you don't know, this is quite popular, but some people may not know. Check out Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks on YouTube. We have everything we need. It is about telling a different story. And what we forget is there's a lot of consciousness shifting happening right now. A lot of people have turned up their spiritual practice, praying, affirming, visioning. We got to understand that the more we do that, the more things are going to break down. It's like cooking something and turning the heat up. Well, maybe let's use the same analogy, but you know, you're cooking something and the heat is kind of low. It will take a while for it to boil. But we are doing our spiritual work. We are allowing more light, the vibration of the planet. It's intensifying. Our body is relating. It's reflecting the shift that is happening. And every moment, the energy, the heat is turned up. So sometimes it can feel real hot. It can get really hot in here, and it does. I have heard a lot of people have health challenge. Some people are having things that happen in their body. I'm thinking, I don't even understand. This shouldn't be happening to me right now for many reasons. But we are going through a shift, and we are the one who is causing the shift because we're being receptive to the vibrational change, vibrational change that is happening, and we're responding to it. We're meditating, we're visioning, we're joining, we're creating groups. As we do that, there's going to be a breakdown. That's what I was going to say earlier about cooking. When you cook something, by the time it's soft, whatever it is, there's been a breakdown that's happened to the meat, to the vegetable, whatever it is you're cooking. A breakdown happens. That's why it's soft. So there's a breakdown happening, and life is kind of softening us. It is softening our hearts. It's like, relax, let your heart break open. Yes, I know it feels hard. I know it's challenging. Just let it break. Just let it break. It's okay. I got you. Life is like, I got you. I got you. You can do this. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. Relax. Trust the process. Life is reminding us, I got your back. So the things that we're seeing, that we're saying, oh my God, this is a really horrible time to live. It's we are the one creating it. We're breaking down the shift and the shit. So we need to clean up. We need to tell a different story. We need to look at it and say, oh, I know what that is. But I'm choosing to have a different relationship with it. Oh, I see what's happening here. Or I don't see what's happening. I don't even understand what's going on. But I'm willing to see. I am willing to hear. I don't know if I'm willing to see. I don't want to see something that's going to scare me or be negative. Okay, I'm willing to be willing. because I know that I must be willing to deal with this thing that's showing up in my life for me to heal. You can't heal what you're not willing to feel. And if you're feeling it, you got to deal with it. If you're not willing to deal with it, you can't heal it. They go hand in hand. You got to feel it, you got to deal with it, and you get to heal it. The trick is, the only thing that needs healing is a sense of separation. That's the news story. The sense of separation, the belief, the idea that you're separated, from your good, the idea that you're separated from the divine, the idea that you're separated from that beauty that you see, the trees, the birds, the idea that you believe that when you go on IG, Instagram, or social media in general, you see other people living a great life and you go, wow, they're really happy. In that moment, clearly you're communicating that you're not as happy as them. Because if you see that you're just as happy as them, you just, more than likely, you will smile. Because then you're seeing people that you know, people that you're friends with, people that you're following, being happy. Like, yes, it's nice. There's nothing as electric as seeing other people happy. I love people being happy. I love seeing people be happy. Christopher, the drummer, how are you doing, my brother? I love seeing people happy. I love seeing people joyful. We all do. We see pictures of pets, cats, dogs, and we're like, oh, that touches my heart. Or little kids. It's in us to rejoice. Rejoice. Joy is already inside of you. So when you watch other people experiencing joy together, you rejoice and you magnify the joy. And again, tools, everything we need is out there. If you haven't heard of quantum jumping, go to YouTube and check it out. You can tell a new story. You can live a new story. You can be a new story. You can live a new life. And sometimes you have to let some shift go. You have to let some shift go. Too many of us are emotionally constipated, spiritually constipated, physically constipated, but you gotta let some shit go. You gotta let some shift go. Both of them. What do you need to release? Start speaking as if what you desire is already here. Start living as that. There's so many tools. I mentioned 3. Dr. Joe Dispenza's tool, go on YouTube. Abraham Hicks helps to relanguage, to rethink your life. Quantum jumping, there's so much going on right now, but you bring your attention to this moment, and in this moment, I'm talking to you, you're listening. But there's so many other realities. It's like a radio, well, I have a internet radio, so it's kind of different now, but radio, how we used terrestrial radio, that's the word I'm looking for. Right now, there are many things going on different frequencies. I can tune in to WRFG here in ATL. I can go to WCLK. I can go to, I think it's Hot 97. I don't listen to that much, so I don't remember the name. But there's so many, music, news, religious radio shows are on right now, but I'm not hearing it because I am not tuned into it. So the question is, what are you tuned into? What are you tuned into? And are you tuned into something that's bringing you life, that is affirming you, that is reminding you, that is lifting you up? And the time is now. The breakdown is happening. And if you want a breakthrough, you have to be with the breakdown. When you be with the breakdown, and you allow yourself to ask deeper questions. What do I need to see here? What is the lesson here? As opposed to why me? Why is this happening to me? I've been meditating for years. Well, the more you meditate, the more you pray, the more you affirm, the more you vision, the more other stuff will come up to be released. Sometimes we identify with the things that come up. If you're spiritually constipated, emotionally constipated, if you are mentally constipated, you gotta release it. Brother Eddie, nice to see you. I'm saying yes to life. I know you are too. Oriana, nice to see you. When we are spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically constipated, some things are gonna come up and come out. So rather than get attached to what's coming out, to say, I can't believe that was in me, it's not the time to do that. It's just the time to say, oh, thank God. Because when the stuff comes out, when the shift comes out, your body will respond. And if you need guidance, check me out on lifecoachade.com, lifecoachade.com, or find me on 12listen.com. But it's time to tell a new story. It's time to live a new story. We really do have the power to shift our reality. And the thing is, don't try and do what someone else is doing. Don't even try and do it the way I do it. I'm sharing ideas. Like if we're working one-on-one, that's a different thing, because then we connect at a deeper level. I'm picking what you're dealing with emotionally, emotionally, intuitively. So that's different. But if you're doing this, quote unquote, by yourself, you're never doing it by yourself anyway. You got your ancestors behind you, nudging you, saying, yes, pick up that book. You got your guide saying, oh, yes, yes, keep going, keep going. But when you hear these ideas, when the light bulb goes on, when you have a shift in consciousness, you catch a new reality, it must be practiced. And sometimes you may have to do it differently than what you've heard other teachers talk about. Even if the person is your greatest teacher, even if it's a mentor that you respect and they say don't do it this way, but you find out that way, see, this way doesn't work, but that way works, do it the way that works for you. Truth is universal. Life, the divine, God will meet you right where you are. The most important thing is, are you willing? And if you are, say yes. Say yes to life. Life wants to love you up. And not only that, life loves you anyway, whether you embrace the opportunity to grow or not. Life's got your back. So wherever you are is wherever you are. There's no point trying to be where somebody else is. Be where you are and look around and say, what do I have to use? What do I have to give? What do I have to offer? And I'm feeling like it's time for me to release this conversation. So thank you for checking this out. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Even if you watch for 30 seconds, maybe if you clicked the link by accident, you listen to the whole thing, you're going to use what I shared or not. Thank you for being part of this co-creative experience. Together we are stronger. We are truly the ones we are waiting for. I'm here to support you on your transformational journey. Thank you, my sister. I appreciate you. And let's continue. I love how you came back up, Yariel. Let's continue to be grateful. Be grateful for breath. Be grateful for the things that could have happened in your life. Yeah, look into quantum jumping. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that, we can change our reality. And because all these resources are available, that's something to be grateful for. Be grateful for what hasn't happened. Be grateful that you're going to get through what you're growing through and going through. Gratitude expands your views, it expands your consciousness. It helps you see things differently. I hear you, my sister. Gratitude reminds you that you're enough. Gratitude reminds you that, wait a minute, I have more cells in my body, more than there are people on the planet. Think about that. There are trillions of cells in your body. And there are only billions of people on the planet. There are more cells in your body than there are people on the planet. And every cell in your body is loaded coded and encoded with light, with love, with joy, with health, with wholeness. It's time to speak to yourselves. Like, just think of your fingernails, the cells that are responsible for your fingernails, your brain cells, the cells around your heart, the cells that are responsible for your skin, for your hair. Just say thank you. Thank you for renewing me. Thank you for replenishing yourself without me even thinking about it. There is a greater intelligence orchestrating, directing you. You are not even responsible for yourself, and you're tripping about what life's placed on your path. Life's got this. Move out the way and let life show out. So, I thought I was releasing this conversation. Then I went on another. I downloaded some more information. This is what I do. I truly do live for spirit, and sometimes I have to brace myself because when I'm in this space, which is often, and especially when I'm working with people, it's like this. Just feel a surge of energy rushing through me. As I said earlier, this opening. Wherever there's an opening, love will come through. Now, the same is true, depending on your consciousness. If you're always angry, if you're always mad, and you're always pissed, always judgmental, when you being an open, you be an opening for anger, for frustration, for judgment will find you. The things that we see in the world is because they have an outlet. So the question is, are you an outlet for healing or outlet for chaos? And here's another thing I want to tell you. It doesn't matter to life, because life will use all of it. If you're willing to shift your mind, your consciousness, it's all about your intention. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you going to work? What's the intention behind that? I don't even want to hear, well, I got to pay my bills. Yeah, that's so old school. We all know that. Why are you doing what you're doing right now? Why are you thinking the thought that you're thinking? Why are you here listening? Why am I doing this? I'm doing it because I am an uplifter. I consider myself an intuitive healer, a transformational agent, and a lot of times I get inspiration. I have an interesting relationship with Facebook Live and videos, but I knew that I was going to do Facebook Live yesterday. And I was like, okay, I'm ready. I heard it. But I didn't have anything to say yesterday. I'm like, I'm not just going to do a Facebook Live and just hopefully something will fall out. But I can do that too. But that's a bit of a intense growth. And this morning I woke up with it. So anyway, I'm on a roll now. So I have to roll out of here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Whatever you heard here that touched you, practice it, multiply it, share with other people, live it. That's how you live a new life. Tell a new story. Get so tired of telling the old story that you're saying, I'm out of here. I'm moving away from me. I'm moving to a new body. I'm moving into a new mind. I am going to take a quantum jump into a new reality. So I'm jumping out of here. Esperanza. There's hope. Always, always, always. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. Peace and blessings. And live your best life, whatever that is for you. You get to decide what it is. I'm out. Thanks for tuning in.